Lynette Oxley here for Tac Chat Tactical TV. Back to our normal time on Friday. It's been a little bit democard lately. Welcome, Paul, and Uji is at Paul's feet. So,
hi viewers. Yeah, these religious and public holidays are crazy. I mean, we almost and funerals. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, it's crazy times.
Today we're actually talking about a couple of things. The first one is the printing of the cards. What's going on with that?
Yeah. So it depends on which spokesperson in the police you believe. DFOs, we know not to believe DFOs. I mean, nobody believes a DFO.
There's some good DFOs.
Yeah, I can count them on the fingers of one hand. So there's a couple of stories going around. But the hub of the story is, or the nub of the story is that the police haven't paid the government printing works. Again. Now apparently it emerges from province that from provincial CFR that they're waiting for their new budget to come in so they can afford to pay for card printing. You know, guys, if you don't pay your bills, you get cut off. It's as simple as that. You know, you can't purport to be a national government department when you can't provide the services that you contracted to provide because you don't pay your bloody bills. Other people have said, no, they are printing cards. Then there's only cards that were approved before 22 February. Everything after 22 February is not being printed. We actually just don't know. The police won't tell the truth.
They're also saying maybe at the end of the financial year, we're not sure when that is.
So well, you know, it is what it is. The fact of the matter is that at the moment no cards are being printed. So that's why there's a problem.
So that's actually probably brings us into the next question about the Geyser case.
That's a nice segue into the GOSA declarator. So we've got the case that we tried to have heard earlier this year, where some apprentice stand-in judge got her facts all cocked up and said to us, no, the law has changed. And we said to her, no, but your lady, the law hasn't changed. No, she knows the law's changed. We must go away and make and check our facts, or some ridiculous situation like that. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of it. But in any case, so she forced us to withdraw our case, to take the case off the roll, and to re-enroll it. We re-enrolled it, but then of course you have to wait for a new court date.
And you're going to do Northcliff, eh?
Yeah, apparently this time Northcliff. Hopefully we don't get learner judges again. Anyway, so it will be the case will be heard in the first week of June. We'll only get the specific court date in the first week of June when they allocate the roll. And it's for a declarator. So it will solve the problem of the vagaries around printing of license cards.
Maybe explain a bit more detail.
Okay, let me go into it again just for people that might have forgotten. So what we're asking the court to do is to declare, for a declarator, to declare what a license actually is. Because nowhere in the Firearms Control Act or the Firearms Control Regulations do they define what a license actually is. They talk about a license. You may not have a firearm until a license is granted to you. But they don't tell you what a license actually is. It's not like a brick or something that you can point at. A license is a couple of things. A license is approval on the police's database. Okay, a license is documentary evidence that license exists.
A printout.
So a printout or a card. So we need to know, and the police have held variously at various times that either one of those three things is perhaps a license, but they're not prepared to put it down. So we're now going to ask the judges to pin them down. The judge must tell us, and we're pretty certain that the license is actually the notation or the approval on the SAPS's computer system.
Yeah.
Nothing else makes sense, because if you lose your physical license card,
You're not illegally
you're not
possession.
you're not now without a license. You're just without proof that you have a license. So you go to the police, you report the loss. You ask for a reprint. You pay the money for a reprint, and they give you a printout, which they stamp and sign. And the printout that they stamp and sign serves as proof that a license exists for you.
So we'll make things a lot easier.
If you get stopped at a roadblock and the police suspect that your license card might be fraudulent, they will radio into their control room, and the control room will confirm on the basis of the police's computer system that a license has been issued to you for that firearm. So it's quite plain that the license is actually the computer record. But the police hold variously that it's not. And the police refuse to give out printouts to people because they claim that they may not. I don't know why they may not. Anyway, so what we want to do is we're asking the judge to tell us, to confirm what a license actually is, to declare that a license is the record on the computer system, and what follows from that logically is what is sufficient proof of that license. What is documentary evidence of that license? And we know that it will be a printout because that's what the police give you when you've lost your license card. If your wallet is stolen, you go to the police and they give you a printout.
And they've done that. It also leads into the next thing that I'll finish with amnesty firearms, because they have given some amnesty firearms.
So even the police understand that the printout is proof of the existence of a license, because in many instances the police have given out have issued firearms back to people, amnesty firearms back to people, based on a printout.
Absolutely.
So they recognize it themselves.
So
now the other story is, of course...
Before we actually go on to the amnesty firearms, can I maybe just finish up?
Yes.
Obviously, March and April has been tough months for a lot of people, and people have used the money to go away.
Yeah.
But if you want to contribute to the legal fund, it is in the write-up.
Please, guys, please.
So please, if whatever small donation or big donation you can make, please contribute to the legal fund.
We need the cash to keep the lawyers
happy.
chained to their desks.
Yeah. Okay, so we can move on to the amnesty firearms then.
All right. So then,
amnesty firearms.
Yeah. So then there's also been a couple of cases from our members reported to us that they've received now their licenses back for amnesty firearms. Now you must remember, we never ever suggested that the amnesties were a solution to the problem.
No,
as far as we're concerned, the amnesties are not a solution to what is an administrative problem created and certainly perpetuated by SAPS.
Absolutely.
So to go through an amnesty process where you have to surrender your firearm because there was an administrative issue with regards to the renewal of your license card is ridiculous. Anyway, but what has happened, and which we suspected might happen, because the police have a rotten record of safekeeping their own firearms, let alone any other firearms.
That's in the section 13 store. What's it?
In the 13 store. The 13 store is their evidence store, their safekeeping store at every station.
Which doesn't have a lot of space.
So what happens is firearms that are surrendered in terms of the amnesty, you sign away all your rights to the firearm. It's no longer your firearm. You hand it to the police. They can do whatever they like with it, but you apply at the same time to relicense the firearm to yourself for a new license for the firearm. So technically speaking, the firearm no longer belongs to you, but our contention is the moment a license is approved, a new license for the firearm is approved, the license and the firearm must come back to you.
It's your property.
It's now once again magically, it's your property again. Don't ask me to go through the logic on this. It doesn't really make sense, but magically it's back to being your property. So now we have a couple of members who applied for a new license under amnesty, handed their firearms in, surrendered their firearms to the police, forfeited all rights to the firearms. Their application for a new license was approved. They got their new license card. They went into the police station. The police said, oops, We can't find the firearm. It's gone.
So what do you suggest members do?
Well, you've got to report it as a stolen firearm.
Yes.
It can't, there's nothing else you can do. The firearm has been lost in police custody. Somebody must have taken it from the 13 store. That's the only way it can get out of the 13 stores, if somebody takes it out.
And financial implications?
Well, so this is going to be
property.
It's your property. You now have a license, a brand new printed license for the firearm. The police must compensate you for it being missing, for it having gone missing.
We're not even talking about that process that you had to go through to get that bloody license
and the process again. The guys have been waiting 2.5 years for an amnesty firearm approval. Now you have to go back in the queue for another license for another firearm if they replace the firearm. Oh God, it's a train smash. Guys, the amnesties were never the correct solution to the problem. They are not a solution. They're merely a way of shuffling papers around on the desk.
Absolutely.
At our expense, at licensed firearm owners' expense.
Okay, are we going to try to actually get through to the GOSA membership?
Okay,
I have restarted my computer. I've did all of the updates, so hopefully we can get it done today.
Okay, so what we had to talk about, we tried to talk about it last week. The link dropped a number of times, and we couldn't get through with the story. So one of the things in the growing pains of GOSA is becoming a big adult organization. One of the things that's happened is we've recently had our VAT registration approved. So GOSA as an organization is now VAT registered. That means we have to charge VAT on all of our services. All products and services have to have VAT charged. But now this is on top of the beginning of this year's increase in membership fees. So it's onerous, and we understand that just as much as everyone else. So what we've tried to do is we've tried to sugarcoat it as much as possible. So although we've kept the same 4 categories of membership, ordinary, silver, gold, and diamond, we've tried to include in all of them more services. So that we compensate for the 15% VAT increase, which we have to charge from literally.
I'm sorry, Paul. GOSA's fees are still very reasonable.
They are.
We want to make it as reasonable as possible.
Yeah, I know, but it hurts me to have to do this, but we have to do this. Unfortunately, it's part of the process.
I know you fought against it, but that's what.
Yeah, we try to say them all. No, they're not membership fees. They're donations. The accountants came back to us and said, no, SARS is not going to fall for that one. So we have to charge VAT. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to go through the categories of membership, and I promised to answer questions which are posed. So I'm trying to keep WhatsApp open at the same time. So if I occasionally refer to my phone, that's what that's for. Okay, so we have 4 categories of membership: ordinary, silver, gold, and diamond. In each of these, we've tried to bring in, and so we have now flyers for each membership category. We'll load these onto the site. We'll put them up in the comments section on this live stream, and we'll do whatever we can to get the message out to you guys. So as from the end of this month, or as from the beginning of next month, so 1st May, which is Sunday, the new fee, our new membership structure comes into play, which means that we have to charge VAT. So our ordinary membership, which is really, geez, guys, really,
you can't go and have breakfast for that.
You literally can't have breakfast for this. The annual fee is 127 Rand. That's what it goes up to. But so typically what you would get for that is you would get the certificate. So it's, you're a GOSA member, you can attach it to motivations or whatever. You can print it and put it on your wall, and you've done something for the firearms industry. However, what we're now doing for that as well is we're slipping in, which was only available previously to higher grades of membership. I see the graphics up on the screen. Fantastic. So what we've slipped into that is CFR inquiries. So now as an ordinary member, you have access to CFR inquiries. at a fee of 690 Rand per application. And the inquiry system that we have is pretty bloody good.
Sean is doing a really good job.
With under Chris's supervision, he's doing a magnificent job. He's pulling through so many wins just by doing, without going the legal route. This is like pre-legal, just by inquiring and making friends with the people at CFR and at Province and asking them for help.
I walk past his desk and he's busy.
He's always busy. He's on the phone all the time. So anyway, so this is not just a single. This is a process. The CFR inquiries. You give him a mandate to act on your behalf, and then he will launch a series of questions to CFR over a couple of weeks, and he will keep on doing until he gets an answer from them. Okay. And largely, he's been successful in pulling licenses through. Just by inquiring, where are they? What's going on? Is there anything we can help with? Have documents gone missing? And by doing that, he's been able to get a whole bunch of stuff through. So that CFR inquiries is now available to ordinary members. Motivations are now available to ordinary members, which were only available before to silver, gold, and diamond. At a fee of 1,380 Rand per motivation. Now remember, these motivations are Motivus specialist motivation services motivations. Each motivation is crafted by a specialist firearms attorney.
Yeah.
They're not copied, they're not cut and paste. They don't look like anybody else's motivations. In fact, we've caught a couple of
people copying
big organizations copying the Motivus motivations. Anyway, what the purpose of these motivations is to prepare for the next step in the legal process, which is if by some chance your motivation is not successful, the next step is the internal remedy, is an appeal. And we've also included access to the appeals for ordinary members now, which was never available to them.
But it's a little bit more expensive.
But it's slightly more expensive. As you go up in the levels of membership from ordinary to silver to gold to diamond, the services become cheaper because you're paying up front. Yeah. You're paying a membership fee up front. So that's the basis on which insurance works. So that's the ordinary membership. Then we have the silver membership, which has now gone up, unfortunately, as we say, to an annual fee of 633 Rand. Remember that we only charge annual membership fees, but we allow people to pay certain membership fees on a monthly basis. So for ordinary at 127 bucks, I'm sorry, we can't break that down into monthly amounts. It's the finance, the bank charges are more than the monthly fee then. But we do allow it for silver membership, monthly installments, and paid at 75 Rand a month over 12 months. We have a family plan option. We have which covers two adults and 3 minors or full-time students at a 20% discount. So we have all of that built into it, and the graphic, I believe, is on the screen for you now. Then the membership benefits. We actually now, we've extended the emergency line now to silver members. It was only available to gold and diamond before, so we've now made this available. You'll get an email that will be sent out with your membership certificate, and it will have the emergency cell phone number for the...
And you can phone at 2 o'clock in the morning and get a lawyer that knows about the
so this
FCA,
is the thing. We have in-house counsel. We have a fully qualified attorney sitting in the office just across the hall, and he carries the phone with him. It's his nuclear football. He carries it with him. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you have a problem, you're arrested for pointing a firearm or whatever, you can pick up the phone and you can get connected to an attorney that specializes in firearms matters. He may not be able to. You might be in Durban or Cape Town or Bloemfontein, and he can't get to help you immediately himself. But we do have a network of attorneys throughout the country. And he can phone the correct people in the correct place and get you connected to an attorney who can assist you.
That knows what he's doing.
He can give you advice over the phone, and then he can get you legal assistance. All right. So, and the legal assistance is also then part of the package. What we've done, I don't know if any of you have had anything to do with attorneys, but typically, if you don't have an attorney member or if you don't have an attorney who you regularly use and who knows you very well, or is a family member,
or a friend.
The moment you contact them and say to them, "Listen, come bail me out," they say to you, "Yeah, we're going to need a kind of a large deposit." So we've managed to negotiate a capped deposit with attorneys on your behalf. So we will the attorneys then will come and assist you. And I mean, this could be up to something as brutal as you've shot someone in self-defense. You need representation. You've been arrested, etc., etc. And we've capped the initial deposit to the attorneys at 15,000 rand. I know it's a lot of money, but trust me, if you're going to spend the weekend in jail, you'll make a plan. And we've also then negotiated with those attorneys that they will charge 50% of their normal rate to GOSA members who have now paid this deposit. So it's a pretty good deal at the end of the day.
It's a type of insurance.
It's insurance. It's literally insurance. We also then have CFR inquiries, as we mentioned earlier with the ordinary members, at a rate of 575 Rand per application. This is down from 690 for ordinary membership. So for your silver membership, you get that 115 Rand cheaper per application. All motivations at 1,150 Rand instead of 1,380, and appeals at 1,725 Rand as opposed to 2,000 Rand. So we've tried to scale the stuff so that as you move up in the rankings, in the membership categories, you get more stuff available to you and at a better price. Because we must give you it's a loyalty thing. We must be loyal to our members as well. So gold membership then goes up from, I think it was 1,150 Rand before, or 1,100 Rand before, goes up to 1,265 Rand. That's the annual fee, which is broken down into monthly payments if you want to do it monthly of $127 a month.
That's nothing.
So again, we're talking, it's not huge money, this. And obviously for gold members, you get the emergency number, as you already know, which we've already spoken about. You get your legal assistance at 50% of the attorney's normal rates, but you only have to pay a 10,000 Rand deposit to the attorneys.
From 15.
Down from 15 for silver. So your benefits, there's a big basket of benefits. You now also get one free inquiry per year.
CFR inquiries.
CFR inquiries. So the CFR inquiries we spoke about
690 or something?
at 690 for silver and 575, 690 for ordinary and 575 for silver. You now get a free CFR inquiry every year. Unfortunately, you can't accumulate them, so you can't let it slide for 2 or 3 years. You can't bank them, no. But you get a free inquiry a year. Absolutely free, no cost to you. And the motivations come down to 1,150 Rand per motivation, and the appeals down to 1,725. The graphics are on the screen. They'll be available on the Facebook page and on the website. And now we move up to our premium membership, which is the diamond membership. And the price there goes up to 1,898 Rand per year, or 190 Rand per month. Again, your membership, you get your emergency line. Again, you get your legal assistance with a 10,000 Rand deposit paid to the attorneys. But in this case, we pay the deposit on your behalf. So for gold members, they had a 10,000 Rand deposit. For diamond members, we pay the deposit. So we pay the 10 grand. So if you're a diamond member and you get into trouble or there's an issue, you can rely on the fact that GOSA already was already paying the attorneys for you. Up to 10,000 Rand.
Up to 10,000.
And then, of course, anything above that, your attorney's fees are reduced to 50%. CFR inquiries, again, we give you a free inquiry per year. Thereafter, 575 Rand per application, which is like half price. But your free inquiries as a diamond member you can bank them. They can accumulate.
Okay.
And there's no limit on that. You can
First
accumulate as many as you like.
as well. That's very nice.
So, and then also, sorry, our motivations are 1,001, the same as the gold, 1,150 rand per motivation, and the peels at 1,725.
Which is
so we've tried to, guys, we're trying to give you as much as we possibly can, but at the same time, we have to accommodate the legislative requirements, the VAT.
By salaries.
The staff actually don't work for free. It's amazing. I'm a little bit shocked by it myself, but it is what it is.
So if you guys are not members yet, Hannes is shaking his head. If you're not a member yet, or you want to upgrade your membership, there's all kinds of options. Please become members if you're not.
Please, guys. I see there's a whole bunch of comments been dropped already on the.
Tina's uploading.
Is that Tina's updating? Okay. So this live stream is actually quite complicated affair.
It is.
If we can get the technology right, which we haven't been great at lately, we apologise. But we're getting better. Hopefully, we're making mistakes and we won't repeat the mistakes. But yeah. So we've got Hannes sitting behind the camera and making sure that side goes smoothly, and we've got Tinas who's sort of waiting, standing, uploading stuff as we go. But yeah, that's about it, guys.
I just want to maybe have a chat. Hannes has also been busy with the Girls on Fire website. We're not going to have memberships. We're going to have pledges, which is. And then you can donate money on that.
That harkens back to the original Girls on Fire pledge.
Exactly. Saying I'm not a victim, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter.
You guys remember those big posters we had with the ladies signing at the events? That was our pledge. It was the Girls on Fire pledge. I won't be a victim. I will stand. I'll protect my family, etc., etc.
So
that's quite nice. That brings that history with us.
And we'll ask for donations per pledge, which will then last for about a year, and there will be some advantages with newsletters and other kinds of things. So look out for that. That should be quite up in I think the next month at least.
Yeah.
We also applied for a PBO status, so for bigger events for the Girls on Fire, you'll be able to get tax back. So yeah, we're busy, very, very busy. One last thing that I'm just thinking about, I just saw on Twitter while I was waiting for the program to start, there was a lady somewhere in the Cape that defended her family. Rinky or something. Her husband started screaming at night or during the night sometime. She fired some shots off. She got wounded. Her husband got wounded. They killed one attacker, and the others, I think 4 ran away or something like that.
Okay.
That's the way to do it. It is, don't be a victim.
Well, as that one Florida sheriff says,
that was an interesting one. That was
when offenders get shot, they're very unlikely to reoffend.
Absolutely. So women and men should be partners in defending their families. So
absolutely
fantastic. Well done. I will try and actually set up an interview with her maybe sometime next week.
Okay, fantastic.
Is there anything else?
Guys, I think that's about it. I don't know if there's any questions. I haven't received. No questions yet.
Mind your tail.
Yeah, so it being the advent of winter,
I've got the heat on, and I don't want him
to. Lynette has a heat on, and a gas heat on in the office.
And we don't want
roasted Rottweiler.
Yes, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and have a fantastic long weekend. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Mind your tail. Mind your tail.
Scrappy, the Land Rover has lots of friends. Come play with us, the fun never ends. We're gun buddies, we learn gun safety. It's fun and easy, just like 1, 2, 3. If you see a gun, you shouldn't be afraid. You're a gun buddy and you'll be okay. So gun buddies, what does Scrappy say? Stop, don't touch, call a parent, walk away. Someone has a gun they keep in their room. Don't touch it or it will go boom. Scrappy knows what's best, so listen girls and boys. Guns are not bad, but guns are not toys. If you see a gun, you shouldn't be afraid. You're a gun buddy and you'll be okay. So gun buddies, what does Scrappy say? Stop, don't touch, call a parent, walk away. A friend invites you to come and play. He tells you to touch a gun. No, that's not okay. Scrappy knows what's best, so listen girls and boys. Guns are not bad, but guns are not toys. If you see a gun, you shouldn't be afraid. You're a gun buddy and you'll be okay. So gun buddies, what does Scrappy say? Stop, don't touch, call a parent, walk away. If you see a gun, you shouldn't be afraid. You're a gun buddy and you'll be okay. So gun buddies, what does Scrappy say? Stop, don't touch, call a parent, walk away.